I hate leaf blowers. I just do. But now I own one. So why do I own a leaf blower when I hate them? Sand. We have lots of sand here on the Navajo Reservation in Monument Valley, and it gets inside. I'll go show you right now, actually. Here's sand that's blown in the door. Every window's like that. Every door's like that. Here's some more sand. I don't know, like a little overhang and two walls that come out and kind of protects it, but it also lets the sand accumulate. We also just get sand, everywhere, like everywhere. I thought I would go ahead and get a leaf blower because I'm out there with a broom and it just takes so long. The leaf blower, I could be done in like 10 seconds or something. And it seemed like a worthwhile acquisition. Now, this is a cordless leaf blower. It does come with two 4 amp hour 20 volt batteries and a battery charger. I've got the one installed right here. This thing is simple. It's no frill. It's not going to be the greatest leaf blower in the world, but they're about $109 to $139. This will do 650 CFM of airflow with up to 170 miles per hour airspeed. Kind of like some of the lower to mid-range gas blowers that are out there. Again, it's not gonna be like, one of those backpack high-end things. The elementary school is actually close to us, and every morning before the kids get there, there's someone out there with a leaf blower blowing the sand off the playground. And it's kind of what put this on my radar. I somewhat famously chastised Elon Musk when he joked about making a Tesla leaf blower, and I was like, well, please don't, because of the pollution. He's like, well, we'll put a filter on it. And I'm like, well, that's not really the pollution I'm getting at. It's going to be battery powered. His joke was that my reply to him just blew up and was insane how many replies and comments it got. But he wanted to go with like an air filter to try to help like suck in some of the fine particulate as it's blowing it out, because it was going to be electric, not gas. What happens with leaf blowers is they put fine particulate in the air, and when you're using them in places like Los Angeles, just as a landscaping thing, and you have thousands and thousands and thousands of people using them like daily, what happens is you're putting all of the small particulate from tires and feces and all kinds of stuff into the air, and it actually takes hours and hours for some of that to settle out of the air. Out here, the wind blows and sand gets in the air anyway, so I don't feel so bad using it here. Now, this has a 23,000 RPM turbo motor. It'll do leaves, dust, even light snow. We don't have leaves here. The closest tree is like 3 or 4 miles away, and it's 5 feet tall and doesn't have leaves because it's a desert tree. This would be great for that too. Probably even just like blowing out gutters. We had a lot of pine needles in our gutters in Indiana, and I bet if they were dry, this would have done a pretty good job. I would have had to have 3D printed some kind of attachment to like funnel the air down, because it's just the big bore thing. I'll show it to you in a minute, but it probably would have worked really well. Now, it does have built-in overheating and overcharging protection for the charger. It's the lightest weight charger I've ever felt in my life, but for this price point, that's completely understandable. It does have 5 adjustable speeds. You have a little display up here, and you just turn it on. You can cycle through them or press the turbo mode, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of nice. I almost wish it had like a trigger control, and then you could be like burp burp, but it doesn't. So this thing only weighs about 9.25 pounds with that battery in there. It is not bad at all. It's pretty balanced. They put some attention in there. It does come with a strap, so you can do the strap too. Yeah, let me show you the like little things here. You can store this pretty small. Make sure I'm not going to knock anything over. So you've got that unit, and then you have that and that. So it comes in a pretty small box. I was actually surprised at how small the box is. It's like the size of a box that like a VCR would have come in, if you kids know what a VCR was. And then these just go on one way. They are pretty snug, and then they just pop right on. And you could shorten that if you wanted, if you were trying to do something that you didn't need the length for, which I really do appreciate. So let's go blow some sand around outside. Let me go find some shoes and we'll get to that. Now, unfortunately, it rained, so the sand is kind of wet. But what we're going to do is try to blow some of this away here in the corner where it stayed dry. And then we can always sprinkle some flour on the pavement and blow that away too, just to show you this in action, because again, there's not really trees here. At least not ones with leaves. And even the ones that have leaves are pretty few and far between. So I'm going to turn it on. And now we'll adjust the camera just a little here. So even stuff that's kind of clumpy, it blows off. And then again, you just have the power button, then you have the turbo button, or you can adjust the speed. It just defaults to 1. The other sand all over this now. Maybe blowing that bird poop or lizard poop probably wasn't the best idea. I'm probably going to die of some weird virus now, but yeah. Oh yeah, the phone is completely covered in sand now. That was a bad idea. Let me clean the lens. I'm now choking on who knows what. And I'm gonna get some flour and we'll try blowing some flour. So I have some flour down. We're gonna sprinkle some rice down too. Let me grab the thing again. So where it's clumping is where the pavement actually has some moisture from the dew and stuff. But yeah, you saw it yeet all that out of there. Obviously, you're going to be using this on presumably leaves, grass clippings, and leaves and grass clippings are something I just don't have here. So, you know, get you a little bit better view there. Yeah, so not the best place for a leaf blower, but I wanted this for other things. One, the sand. In the summer, the sand's real dry and it just piles up everywhere. If I throw a respirator on and some goggles, I can get it away from the doors real easy. And then don't have to worry about like hantavirus from rat poop or something. And then I want to use it for, I want to try to make a hoverboard, you know, with some foam sheet out of it and stuff like that that I've seen other YouTubers do that on my main channel. But yeah, pretty cool little leaf blower.